Hi, my name's Eric and I like Echo. So I just recently bought this Pioneer DJM-600 mixer secondhand. Yeah, I'm old school. And I just figured out a little neat trick that I thought I'd share. I wanted to see if I could get a sort of dub style echo going using my tape echo simulation pedal that I've got over here and the send return feature of the mixer. So in order to try that out, I've hooked up the send from the mixer. That's the two blue cables coming here. So the sends from the mixer are going into the inputs of the pedal, and then we have the outputs from the pedal coming back into the return inputs of the mixer back here. So just to give you an idea of what I'm aiming for here is just to be able to drop in these little sudden bursts of delay into a mix. So if I just quickly fire off the beginning of a track here, so you can then hear the pedal creating that echo tail. And what I would like to do on the mixer is just to trigger this effect for individual drum hits or individual sounds and just drop them into this delay chain. So the first thing I tried was just to set the channel select to master, this one to send return of course, and then start with the effect switched off. And now we have this right hand deck here is coming through channel 4. So let's just try and see what happens when we switch it on. First of all, what seems to be happening is that the signal is being continuously sent out to the pedal, and when we engage the effect, we're only tapping into the already reverberating delay chain. And likewise, when we switch it off, it just cuts out the return altogether, so we don't get this nice cascading, lingering dub echo type thing that I'm looking for. The next thing I tried was just setting this to channel 4 instead of master. But it's exactly the same thing. But then I noticed that the channel select here, it also has these CFB, CFA, and that stands for crossfader A, crossfader B, so you can essentially assign the effect send based on where the crossfader is. And since I don't really use the crossfader, I normally just mix using the regular faders, I thought I could actually maybe use the crossfader as a delay send. And it turns out that this is actually possible. So what that means is that we can essentially separate the send level for the dry signal from the send level to the effect signal. The way to achieve this is to set this one over here to CFA, the channel select, and then here we want to set both of these to 4. And the reason for that is that we want to be able to use the crossfader without affecting the signal here. So moving the crossfader should have no effect on the output, but we want the crossfader only when it's over on A. Do we want it to send to the effect? So let's engage the pedal again. Maybe just turn down the level a little bit, and let's see what that sounds like. So that's pretty cool. We can hear that the effect chain only engages, or the delay chain only engages when we pull the crossfader over, which is actually what we want. So this is progress. However, as you might have noticed, there is no dry signal coming through whatsoever. So it seems like the mixer, even though this is set to 4 here, the dry signal isn't getting passed through. The dry signal is still going all the way going to the effect, and then we only hear the wet signal coming out here. But that is easily fixed because the pedal has a mix control. So we can just set this one somewhere in the middle, which means we should get an equal amount of dry and wet signal coming out. So we basically preserve the dry signal going through the effect. And with that set up, let's try again. So let's pull this back. Let's keep the effect engaged, kick off the track. Voila, that's what we want. However, you might have noticed that the signal was a little bit too quiet over on the A side, and that's That's just a matter of adjusting the return volume here. Easiest way of doing that is just to turn off the pedal for a moment, play the music, move over and check the level. So it's a little bit quieter over on the A side, so let's just increase that a bit. That's about right. And now let's just engage it again, and let's try one more time. Now, there is one small caveat to this setup though. When you mix over onto the other deck, you're gonna have to switch these guys over, because otherwise it won't work. So let's just show that quickly. So say we're over on here, we're over on 4. I've got the same track queued up over here, so let's bang that in. Nice flange there. Let's get rid of this deck. So now the signal we're hearing is coming out of channel 1, but these two are still set to channel 4. So what we have to do is we have to switch them both to 1. However, if you do it with the left one first, it cuts out the signal because of the crossfader. So that's not what we want to do. We have to make sure to always start setting this one to 1, and then we can also move this one over. And once we've done that, we have the same capability over here. And this same technique actually works with the internal effects as well. So you can use the echo delay on the mixer. You don't need the external effects pedal. It just sounds nicer. Yes, I hope that was useful to one or two of you out there. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.